Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of The Fad Show. So on this episode, I'm going to get the mechanical maintenance up to date on my newest 2011 BMW E91 car that I'm just going to restore and sell because it's an automatic and it's beautiful, but I don't want to destroy a car this nice and put an N55 or manual swap in it. So I'm just going to restore it up to factory spec, make sure all the maintenance is up to date, and then I'll list it for sale. But if you watched last time, the outstanding maintenance items that I couldn't find any record of them being done, but I have a feeling they're done, are just changing flushing the brake fluid, changing the engine oil and filter, and then the air filter that wasn't on the Carfax either, so I just bought one since it was cheap. So I don't have all the parts in right now. I guess the world is back to being crazy and all the shipping is super delayed. But I did get the brake fluid. I have two 500 milliliter bottles of DOT 4. You could use DOT 5.1 because it's backwards compatible, but this is a little cheaper. It might actually take a little bit more than this 1 liter, but I have some spare bottles in my cabinet. And the only tool I'm going to need for that is my power bleeder. And I'm still waiting on the engine oil kit and the air filter, but I figured today I'll get this done. And then I'm obviously going to have to remove the wheels to bleed the brakes. And then I'll be taking the two rear wheels in to get these Bridgestone drive guard tires. I ended up just going with the ones that had the most tread life on them, the front ones, and mirroring them, and I'm gonna put them on the back. These actually were on Amazon Prime. I would say they were cheap, but no wrong, flat tire is really cheap, so kind of expensive for just one tire, or two tires. But anyways, I'm gonna get those mounted in balance. I'm not even gonna drive the car to have them mounted in balance because I really don't want to put any more miles than absolutely have to on it. So I'm gonna take just the rear wheels in and get those mounted. And then also today, I think I'm gonna work on detailing engine bay. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna wait till after I finish the oil in case I make a mess. But go ahead and detail the engine bay, and then I'll detail the exterior car and interior, which I don't think I have to do much because it's in pretty good shape. And then we'll get it listed up. All right, with that, let's get to it. I just need to vent for a minute. I can't stand when tire shops put wheels back on. Oh my God. There was like one lug nut was 200 foot-pounds and the next one was like 25. Like they just do it in 2 seconds. They use their air wrench at the full power setting. And like if you had there was one lug nut on that back right tire that if you had ever got a flat on the side of the road, granted I guess this car doesn't even have a spare tire, you never would have got that lug nut off with just the supplied wrench in the car. I had to use my jack handle on the end of the breaker bar to get it off. I can't stand when they do that. I torque all my lug nuts to factory spec, and I recommend you do the same. So I always like to put a rag down when I do this, and also make sure you wear gloves because the brake fluid is caustic, so it will eat the paint on the car and then also irritate your skin. So I guess this one has like a level sender. I've never seen that before. Also a good place to put that on the rag. And there's probably a way more efficient way to do this, but I just use these little cheap pipettes. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. Like this, I would not say is as old as the paperwork said it was. I forget how long ago it was, but regardless, I'll do it since I'm here. But just siphon out all the old brake fluid from the reservoir. Be careful not to go too low because you don't want to get any air bubbles in the system. There's no real exact science to this. I will say the pipette is not the most efficient way to do that. So yeah. If you're in a rush, you might want to find something else. And this is going to be really difficult to tell the difference between the old and new fluid, since this new fluid is the same color. You can put dye in it, but in this case, just give all four corners a good flush. So in my experience, it takes about 3 of these bottles to bleed like an average sized car. I'm gonna start with putting the 2 in for now, and then I'll see where I'm at, and I'll put another 1 in if I need to. But the fresh fluid just goes in the bleeder like this. Alright, and then once it's all hooked up, you just pressurize the bleeder to about 5 pounds, 5 to 7 pounds, which if you're someone that's somewhere in the world that's much more sensible than us Americans, that'd be about 0.3 bar or 33 kilopascals. Of course, I bought this kit of like brake bleeders, and the most common size for European cars is 11, which it doesn't have, so I'm gonna have to use this. And as it turns out, the rear is a 9mm, so my set doesn't have that either. Now you're just gonna loosen the bleeder and basically just flow oil until you get clear fluid coming out, or non-dirty fluid. In this case, the new and the old both are the same color, so I don't know. I'm just gonna go until what feels right. And also make sure you're going back to your bleeder to make sure the pressure is being maintained and the level's being maintained. You can see the stuff that came out of the lines was a lot dirtier than the fluid that was in the reservoir. And now comes the fun part of using the pipette to get it back down in the normal range. Obviously you can use a larger volume pipette or a syringe, or there's probably a lot better methods of doing it than I do it, but I use these because you can just throw them out afterwards. And you can use 2 at a time if you want to go faster, but I'll just put on some music and relax and do my pipetting. Hey guys, and welcome to day 2 of this project. I still don't have the oil change kit in FedEx, even though it said it was going to be delayed today. Or sorry, it said it was going to be delivered today. They delayed it again, so now it says tomorrow. I don't really know what's going on. I wish I knew it was going to take this long, because I would have just gone to the BMW dealer, got an oil filter, got some auto parts store oil. But anyways, so I don't accomplish nothing today. I'm going to work on detailing the engine bay. I've already gone ahead and removed the cowl that goes across the top of the engine, so that's over here. This I'll probably take outside and just wash off with a garden hose and like scrub brush to get all the dust and dirt off of it. Here's the cabin air filter shroud. I'll vacuum this out. It doesn't look too bad. It was definitely replaced pretty recently. So I'm just gonna start off by using the vacuum, get all the dust out of here, and then some people pressure wash the engine bays. I personally am too afraid to do that with all the electrical connectors, so I use a steam cleaner, which works pretty well. So I'm gonna disconnect the battery, and then I'll vacuum it out, and then I'll go ahead and steam it, and then I'll be using some protective to shine everything off.
you to believe. Hold me, lead me, catch me. Want you to dream. I want you to dream. I want you to dream.
Finally, after waiting way too long, the oil change kit and air filter came in. I apologize for the terrible lighting. It was way too nice out on this day not to have the garage doors open. I think on the first video I made, I talked about how I couldn't find any record of the oil change being done since like 2018 or whatever it was. But oil has definitely been changed since then. It's pretty clean. That is like halfway gone oil, so that's good. Someone kept up with the maintenance if it didn't show up on the Carfax.
To believe, hold me, lead me, catch me. Want you to dream, I want you to dream. I want you to dream.
Alright guys, that's a wrap on this episode. Mechanically restored this BMW E91. Yeah, it was pretty easy, not much work to do. The only next steps I have for this car are just to give it a real good detail, which I don't think I'm going to film because the car is already so pristine. It's not really going to be a night and day difference. I know my detail videos actually usually do pretty good, which always kind of surprises me because it seems boring to me. But in this case, I don't think you're really going to be able to see much of a change. But I'm going to wash the car, give it just a light polishing compound, clean the interior really good, and then I'll be ready to take pictures. All the mechanical work is done. Yeah, hope you guys like this video. And if you want to see the finished product, then comment down below and maybe I'll make another quick video before I sell the car. But anyways, thanks for watching guys. Stay tuned for next time.